be seated. I'm Steve Osborne, interim president of the College of Charleston and class of 1973 alumnus. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the College of Charleston's Winter Commencement. This is truly a special day. Graduates, each of you is achieving a personal milestone. Whether you took the traditional approach to your studies or took a different path and are completing your degree later in life, you have made it to this point. You have completed a demanding course of study that will transform your life by opening new doors of opportunity to you, by expanding your worldview and providing a solid foundation for you to be a lifelong learner. You should be incredibly proud of yourself for having reached this signature life milestone. You are worthy of all the praise that will be heaped upon you, and indeed worthy of a College of Charleston degree. Please stand and join me as Harper Mobley, a junior major with a concentration in vocal performance, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Harper. That was beautiful. Graduates, today we, the Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, staff, family, friends, and loved ones have the privilege to celebrate with you on your joyous day. Many of us have been with you every step of the way, supporting you, offering words of encouragement, and believing in you. Graduates, before I continue my remarks, and before we award the degrees that you have worked hard for, please take a moment to stand and say thank you to everyone in the audience who has been there for you throughout your educational endeavor. Thank you. Please be seated. As we on this stage prepare to take you from candidates for a College of Charleston degree to newly minted College of Charleston alumni, I'm pleased to have the opportunity to offer you a few words of guidance. I hope my remarks will resonate with you not only on this day, but in the years to come as you each travel along your individualized life paths. For some of you, the journey to this point presented few challenges, and for others, your road was paved with obstacles that time and time again you overcame. But whether you consider your road to this point easy or hard, you all share one major thing in common. That's your ability to persevere, to never quit. You all have shown true grit, and that's something you will need after you leave the college and begin the next chapter of your life. I challenge you to take the same can-do spirit, never quit attitude, and boundless energy that you applied to your studies and use it to power your way through life and new experiences you will face. Take the lessons that you learned at the college and use them to grow in your careers and to become the next great entrepreneur, scientist, linguist, artist, CEO, and/or teacher. But simply don't take your education from the college and use it for economic gain. Take what we have taught you and use it to make an impact on the world, to better the communities in which you live and our shared society. The world needs your boldness of action and innovation in thought. The problems facing your generation may seem daunting. From the rise of extreme weather events to shifting global alliances and a slowing global economy, there's much to be conscious of and much to give you pause. Perhaps because of all of the content I've consumed over the past week regarding the late President George Herbert Walker Bush, I can't help but see parallels from the late 80s and the early 90s to our current period of time. In both cases, the world was in a fragile state, with countries vying for power. Economies within the world were unstable, with the potential for a significant downturn, and war was breaking out in the Middle East with an effort to bring peace to a place in the world that has known much conflict and violence. Historians have said that it was President Bush's steady hand, pragmatism, and willingness to engage with others that saw us through very difficult times. And the fact that we could make it through these world-altering events in the late 80s and early 90s, such as the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Soviet Union ceasing to exist, and the end of the Cold War, tells me that your generation will make it through challenging times as well. I have faith that you can rise to the occasion and address problems that are facing our society, which in turn will give hope to the generations that will come after you. However, this will only be accomplished if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and actively work at the issues. To paraphrase one of my favorite presidents, Theodore Roosevelt, from his Citizenship in a Republic speech, you have to be in the arena, toiling hard and unyielding in your work. That's how true change comes about. It's through repeat actions and tireless efforts. It's through proceeding forward in spite of the blood, sweat, and tears that would otherwise make a mere mortal give up. It is through failing and finding another way to be successful. Most importantly, it is through not letting the critics and naysayers stop your momentum or your belief in yourself. Simply put, we build better communities, a better society, and solve problems by being in the arena day in and day out. It's easy to stand outside the glass house and to throw stones. It's easy to offer criticisms and no solutions. But we did not educate you to do what is easy. We trained you to do what is hard, to make a way out of no way. You are soon to be a College of Charleston graduate. As you depart our campus and begin the next leg of your life journey, take with you the college's core values that you learned, such as having integrity in all that you do, respect for everyone you will encounter, and an appreciation of the diversity, thoughts, and ideas that make up our society. You were made for this moment, this chapter in history. You were made to go forth and to think critically, to think analytically, and to think creatively in order to move America and the world forward and to live the extraordinary life. Graduates, we need citizens who are informed, engaged, and actively trying to make a difference. Anyone who tells you differently is trying to undermine you and rob you and those you love of a bright future. I know that we all live in a world where social media is prevalent, but let it be a tool for you, not an obsession. The hard work of researching and generating and implementing ideas still needs to be done. Graduates, we need you in the arena, working for change, not being a spectator who is cheering and or booing others on. America is depending on you. The world is depending on you. I am depending on you, and I have faith that you will meet the moment. I ask you to remember the words of late President George H.W. Bush to then President-elect Bill Clinton on his inauguration day in January of 1993, and I quote, "There will be very tough times, made even more difficult by criticism that you may think is not fair. I'm not a very good one to give advice, but just don't let the critics discourage you or push you off course." End of quote. Graduates, having spent time with so many of you during my tenure as CFO and Executive Vice President of Business Affairs and these past months as Interim President, I have no doubt that you are well equipped to lead lives of consequence and contribution. As I look out at this extraordinary class of master's and bachelor's degree candidates, I take pride in your academic and student achievements. I'm excited to follow your journeys and to learn about what you go on to accomplish with the College of Charleston degree in your hand. I offer you my congratulations, class of 2018. As part of our ceremony, we have the honor to recognize individuals who have also stood out in their careers representing the high values of leadership and service that we cherish here on our campus. Ladies and gentlemen, for the conferring of honorary degrees, I will now be joined by Board of Trustees Chair David Hay. Trustee Chuck Baker, would you please escort Mrs. Carolyn F. Drayson to the lectern? I am honored to introduce Carolyn F. Drayson. Throughout her illustrious career in the field of education, she has worked tirelessly with students and teachers alike to ensure that everyone has the same opportunities to learn. By doing so, she has elevated the practice of teaching in South Carolina and beyond.
I hereby present Carolyn F. Drayson, devoted career educator as well as longtime mentor of student teachers at the College of Charleston, making her a fitting candidate for the College of Charleston's Doctor of Humane Letters. Carolyn F. Drayson, your profound commitment to our city's past and future students is both exemplary and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Trustee Baker will invest the hood.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Carolyn F. Drayson is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Drayson. Trustees Beth Burke and Steve Swanson, would you please escort Dr. Neil W. Drayson to the lectern? I am honored to introduce Neil W. Drayson. In his work as an optometrist specializing in children's vision and the management and treatment of eye disease, he has contributed significantly to vouchsafing the health and well-being of our community.
I hereby present Neil W. Drayson, an esteemed physician who for decades has worked diligently on behalf of so many patients, while being a tireless supporter of the College of Charleston community, making him a fit candidate for the College of Charleston's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Neil W. Drayson, your profound commitment to the field of medicine is both praiseworthy and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Trustee Burke will invest the hood.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Neil W. Drayson is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Drayson. Trustees Demetria Clemens and Sherry Daniel, would you please escort Mr. Gregory Duncan Paget to the lectern? I am honored to introduce Gregory Duncan Paget. In his work for decades as a business leader, he has made a marked and positive impact on the vitality of our city.
I hereby present Gregory Duncan Paget, Chief Financial Officer for Fannell Holdings Incorporated, and committed supporter of the College of Charleston, making him a fitting candidate for the College of Charleston's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Gregory Duncan Paget, your dedication to the business community and to the College of Charleston is both profound and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Trustee Daniel will invest the hood.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Gregory Duncan Paget is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Paget. Trustees Baker and Randy Lowell, would you please escort Mrs. Sabra E. Horn to the lectern? I'm honored to introduce Sabra E. Horn. Throughout her extensive career in public service, she has worked at the highest levels to ensure our national security. By doing so, she has made tremendous strides in creating a safer country and world for us all.
I hereby present Sabra E. Horn, esteemed leader in the crucial field of cybersecurity, who serves as the director of the Organizational Change Management Initiative, making her a fitting candidate for the College of Charleston's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Sabra E. Horn, your visionary and rigorous dedication to the security of this nation and its citizens is both extraordinary and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Trustee Baker will invest the hood.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Sabra E. Horn is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Horn. my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Sabra Horn. We're extremely fortunate to have Dr. Horn with us today. She has spent most of her career as a civil servant, faithfully serving her government and country. She is incredibly accomplished in her field of cybersecurity and well-respected in Washington, D.C. and across the country. Before I turn the lectern over to Dr. Horn, I would like to recognize her family that is with us today. Would each of you please stand as I call your name? We have her husband, John Keith, her mother, Betty Horn, her sister, Nina Horn, and her cousin, Erin Brosh. Thank you for being with us to share this special day. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Horn to the lectern.
Good afternoon. I first stepped onto the College of Charleston campus when I was 5 years old. I looked around at the historic cistern, at the beautiful trees stretching to the sky, seeing the Spanish moss dangling from the trees, and I thought Charleston was the most special place I had ever been. I still think that today. At only 5 years old, I could only dream of the places I would see, the experiences I would have, the exhilaration and the frustrations, the pride and duty and service I could feel. I couldn't imagine what my life might become, just as you may be wondering, since you will be college graduates in just a mere moments, what your life might hold for you. And what must have been the dreams of those amazing, remarkable, trailblazing women, the first to enter the college over 100 years ago, whose centennial anniversary we celebrate today. What might they have hoped for? Few of us actually know how we would like to spend the rest of our lives. Some of you will head to law or business school. Some will continue in your careers. Some will join the family business, and some of you already have those first jobs lined up. We may have dreamt of what our lives might be, but none of us can know who we will become or if or how our dreams will be realized. I am here to tell you that that is one of the surprises of life, that nobody tells you exactly how your life might end as you envisioned it. It's one of the big surprises in life when you were younger, when you have worked so very hard in a profession and to achieve a vision of who you might become. It's also one of the very good surprises in life. Despite our best intentions in planning, few of us end up following the path that we envision for ourselves. What will happen instead are the very happy accidents of life, where opportunities arise when you least expect them, if you keep your eyes and your mind open to them. Many of my best job experiences have occurred not because I found the right job, but because a mentor recognized my abilities and encouraged me to take on a challenge I had never pursued, would have never pursued otherwise, and sometimes despite my protests. Sometimes we have a grand lack of imagination as to what our lives might be. I had an amazing 12-year career in college publishing academic books in the area of criminal justice, and I loved every day I went to work. But I originally turned that job down when it was first offered to me. In time, I was able to see opportunities as they arose and volunteer for jobs, difficult work or big tasks that no one else was doing but still needed to get done. That was how I became a part of a small team at the National Security Agency in the days following the leaks of classified information by Edward Snowden. I had the tough job from hearing from my colleagues as how the leaks had greatly impacted our national security. It was a devastating loss for our nation. There were 14-hour workdays, discouraging times, and heartbreaking stories from the dedicated civil servants who had devoted their careers to keeping our country safe. But the job was one of the most fulfilling of my career, and one which would not have happened unless I had volunteered for that job. Our lives are made up of choices. day after day, year after year. So what we choose to do, those with whom we choose to associate, what we choose to be part of, is absolutely fundamental in what we will become. Each day we are presented with choices, choices which turn the course of our life in ways we can't possibly know or even understand. In thinking of how our choices shape our lives, I'm reminded of the words of our former Secretary of Defense, Colin Powell, who said, "There are no secrets to success. Success is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure." My father would agree, but would tweak Secretary Powell's comments a bit. He taught me that with hard work, a good attitude, and a decent amount of intelligence, you can accomplish almost anything. I've seen this sound advice benefit those who've worked for me, for colleagues throughout the years, and in my own life. You can rest assured, given that you will soon be a graduate of the College of Charleston, you have the requisite intelligence to accomplish anything you want. Your attitude, if it's not serving you well, you can change in the blink of an eye. In a moment, you can perceive the same situation as either heavenly or miserable. I have found that it is preparation and hard work that make the most difference. They have for me. You will often find that perhaps your colleagues are smarter, which you cannot do a thing about, but they may not be able to be more prepared or work harder than you. Sometimes we have no choice but to work hard. I found this to be true last year at the Department of Homeland Security when I was asked to lead a task force in order to protect our nation's election security and the integrity of each citizen's vote in the 2018 midterm elections. We had to work hard in order to understand how to thwart Russian interference in our elections. When faced with incredibly difficult times and challenges, sometimes you have no choice but to soldier on in the moment. I've been bolstered in the dark times that I've experienced by a George Bernard Shaw quote. "This is the true joy of life, being asked to serve a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, being thoroughly worn out before you are thrown on a scrap heap, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world would not devote itself to making you happy. My life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can," end quote. Another surprise that no one tells you about is that life is not a series of ascents, but it's rather both ups and downs. I wish I had anticipated the inevitable difficulties we all experience in life. Truly bad times happen to all of us, and thankfully, we almost never know in the moment how terrible those life-defining moments will be. But the silver lining is this: we learn who we are, we learn how resilient we can be, and we come out of the experience far better for it. You will face serious challenges in your life. Perhaps you already have. I have. Many of you can't remember September 11th, 2001, but it is a day I will never forget. That day, I made the choice to leave my successful 18-year career in publishing in order to join the fight to defend our national security. It took me several years to imagine how I might do so. Were it not for 9/11, I would not have gone to the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. I would not have joined the intelligence community, nor experienced extraordinary history-making events, nor met my dear husband, John. It was the choice I made to reframe the events of 9/11 which changed the narrative of my life, turning a terrible national tragedy into a life-transforming moment. Surprisingly, at least to me, my life has turned out fine. Actually, it's much better than fine. All of the choices I've made led me to where I am today. Thankfully, I had parents who taught me to stretch beyond what I thought was possible, and mentors who gave me the chance to stretch beyond what I thought I could do. It was the small choices that I made in the moments over time that created something meaningful and big of our lives. Yesterday, I stepped onto the College of Charleston campus again. It has been over 30 years since I walked across this dais to accept my diploma. I never imagined what my life might have become in those 30 years. Frankly, I'm both surprised by my life and am so grateful. So my wish for you today is that you are surprised by your life. Thank you to my beloved college, to President Osborne, to the Board of Trustees, and to the tremendous honor today. Congratulations to you, the 2018 College of Charleston graduating class. And now I conclude by asking you, what will you choose? Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Dr. Horn. We greatly appreciate your timely and important remarks. I am Brian McGee, Provost of the College of Charleston. On my own behalf, and on behalf of the amazing faculty and academic leadership of the College of Charleston, I congratulate the graduates and their families. Now, please welcome Tripp Keefe, President of the Student Government Association. Tripp will be speaking on behalf of the graduates assembled here today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Provost McGee, and hello, graduating Cougars. My name is Tripp Keefe, and I'm the undergraduate student body president here this year. It's an honor and a truly humbling experience to be here today addressing you all. I'd like to reflect a little bit about our time at this institution and what it means for us. Know thyself. We know these words on Porter's Lodge, but what do they mean, and what can they offer us in our lives? I'm reminded of Socrates, who the Oracle of Delphi asserted was the wisest man in the world because he knew the limitations of his own knowledge, because he knew himself. Marcus Garvey, Jamaican political leader and Pan-African thinker, said that man in the full knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme creature of creation. When man becomes possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment, the captain of his own ship. We have all gained this knowledge of ourselves here through our rigorous liberal arts education and rich traditions. We are each the masters of our own environment, but how will we improve this environment? We are each the captains of our own ship, but how will we steer this ship? These exciting questions pose opportunities for you all as you graduate from this prestigious institution, and I know seizing these opportunities can be daunting. So I would like to leave you with some words from South African President Nelson Mandela. He said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." So to each of the graduates here today, I'd like to say, go out and conquer your fears, be brave, be the captains of your own ship, and steer it in the right direction. But know that you'll always have a safe harbor and a home here at the College of Charleston. Thank you so much, and congratulations. My bad, y'all. I have one more thing to say. Now I would like to introduce Michael Renault, class of 1995, who will speak on behalf of the Alumni Association.
Apparently I'm forgettable. It's a real honor to be here today and take part in this graduation ceremony. As president of the Alumni Association, I welcome all of our newest members to the Alumni Association. I invite you to join our family of nearly 90,000 members. You'll be a member of the Alumni Association that was founded in 1888 and exists to promote the welfare of the College of Charleston. This is your Alumni Association, and I encourage you to become actively involved. This is your time and your college. Take advantage of everything that the association and the college has to offer you. As you get ready to start this new phase of your life, I'd like to share a few thoughts with you as someone that graduated from college in the December ceremony 23 years ago. First, make the most of the education that you received. You're very well prepared for whatever path that you lead to from here. The friends you make here will be some of the best friends that you will ever have. Trust me, I'm living that today. Stay connected with each other and with the college. Come back for Alumni Weekend, a Charleston Affair, and all of the amazing events that go on throughout the year on campus. Get involved. We have 40 alumni clubs throughout the United States and overseas, and we're adding more every year. If you move to a city that has a chapter, get involved. If you're in a city that doesn't have one, let us know. We'll help you get one started. Give back. Keep up your philanthropic spirit after you graduate, because our duty is to give back to our alma mater and make sure those that come after us enjoy the same wonderful experiences that we did. There's a tradition at the college that involves our class rings. Before graduation, students wear the ring with the seal facing in. But at graduation, the ring is turned so that the seal faces out. This indicates that you are now alumni of the College of Charleston and prepared to go out into the world. You may now turn your rings. Congratulations and good luck to all of you. And please remember your Alumni Association and all of the almost 90,000 alumni will always be here for you. Lastly, and certainly not least, I also want to recognize and sincerely thank the members of the Student Alumni Associates who are serving as the marshals for this afternoon's ceremony. This ceremony would not be possible without all of their dedication. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Now for the reason we're here today, the awarding of the degrees. Chair Hay, Provost McGee, Dr. Horn, Interim Dean of the Graduate School Godfrey Gibbison, and Executive Vice President of Student Affairs Alicia Caudell will assist with the presentation of the master's degrees. Professor John Hackala, Associate Dean of the Graduate School and Professor from the Department of Physics and Astronomy, will announce the names and majors of our graduates.
For the School of Business, Alan Shao, Dean of the School of Business, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Robert Hogan from the Department of Accounting and Business Law. For the degree of Master in Science in Accountancy, Raven Lynn Mack. For the School of Education, Health, and Human Performance, Francis Welch, Dean of the School of Education, Health, and Human Performance, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Ann Gutschall, Chair of the Department of Teacher Education, Professor Emily Beck, Director of the Master of Education in Languages, and Professor Christine Finnan, Director of the Master of Education in Teaching, Learning, and Advocacy. For the degree of Master in Arts in Teaching Middle Grades Education, Minna Francis Schubert. For the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching Special Education, Ashlyn Marie Rhodes. For the degree of Master of Education in Languages, Dean Welch will be joined by Timothy Johnson, Dean of the School of Languages, Cultures, and World Affairs. For the degree of Master of Science in Education in Languages, Heidi Anna Eisenberger. Ashley Olivia Muldrow. Haley Elizabeth Schaefer. Tyrion Lee Schaefer. For the degree of Master of Education in Teaching, Learning, and Advocacy, Megan Quinn Corrigan. Ms. Corrigan has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Rachel Iris Horan. Ms. Horan has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Adrienne Ray Lipscomb. Ms. Lipscomb has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. For the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Jerry Hale, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Mike Duval, Director of the Master of Arts in English. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, Jonathan Bryce Pigeon. Mr. Pigeon has received the Outstanding Student Award for his program. For the degree of Master of Public Administration, Craig Alexander Bennett. Laura Ashley Moorer. For the School of Sciences and Mathematics, Sebastian Van Delden, Interim Dean of the School of Sciences and Mathematics, will invest the hoods. Joining us on stage will be Professor Renee McCauley, Director of the Master of Science in Computer and Information Sciences, Professor Seth Pritchard, Chair of the Department of Biology, and Professors Annalisa Collini and Martin Jones, co-directors of the Master of Science in Mathematical Sciences. For the degree of Master of Science in Computer and Information Sciences, Sarah Lorene Darris. For the degree of Master of Science in Marine Biology, Elizabeth Fraser Gugliotti. Ms. Gugliotti has received the Outstanding Student Award for her program. Kevin Russell Spanik. For the degree of Master of Science in Mathematical Sciences, John Allen. Mr. Allen has received the Outstanding Student Award for his program.
Will all master's degree candidates please rise? By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the Graduate School of the University of Charleston, South Carolina, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of Public Administration, and Master of Science as appropriate, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated. Next, the Artium Baccalaureatus degree will be awarded, the AB degree. The AB degree in classics requires significant coursework in both Greek and Latin. Other AB majors at other universities require significant coursework in only Greek or Latin. School of Languages, Cultures, and World Affairs Dean Timothy Johnson will join us on the stage . The College of Charleston has awarded this degree for more than 2 centuries. That grand tradition continues today. Will the following candidate please come to the dais? Jonathan Graham, a major in classics. I ask those on stage to remain seated. However, it is tradition that the audience stand when this degree is awarded. Would the audience please rise? Curatoribus auctorietatum tribuentatibus hosuinas in humanioribus litteras praeclara eruditos ad gradum artium baccalaureatus admissi. Congratulations. You may be seated. Upon successful completion of all degree requirements and with the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present the bachelor's degree candidates of 2018.
Assisting with the graduates from the School of the Arts will be Dean Valerie Morris. For the bachelor's degree in art management, joining us will be Professor Karen Chandler, chair of the department. April Ann Aldrich. Alexandria Ann Kessler. Siobhan Ann McCaffrey. For the bachelor's degree in historic preservation and community planning, joining us will be Professor Grant Gilmore, director of the program. Ellen Ashley Feringa, summa cum laude. Anna Rebecca Lying also meets the requirements for urban studies. For the bachelor's degree in music, joining us will be Professor Edward Hart, chair of the department. Alexander John Schroeder. For the bachelor's degree in studio art, joining us will be Professor Sarah Frankel, chair of the department. William Aaron Burke. Marina Wilson Colquitt. Chloe E. Hogan, cum laude. Sydney Elizabeth Lovis. Kathy Mai Tran. Assisting with the graduates from the School of Business will be Dean Alan Shao. For the bachelor's degree in accounting, joining us will be Professor Robert Hogan, representing the department. Ryan Matthew Nesbitt. For the bachelor's degree in business administration, joining us will be Carrie Blair Messel, representing the department. Ryan Asher. Dylan Victoria Barker, cum laude. Alexandra Raleigh Barnes. Eric Curry. Charles Dennis III. Kayla Hensley. Desiree Jayla Holloman. Jessica Renee Mangialardo. Taylor Rosie. Ashlyn E. Russo also meets the requirements for hospitality and tourism management. Madison Marie Spang. Khalil Kevin Milton Stewart. Ian Robert Vano, magna cum laude. Harold Byron Watkins. Catherine Nicole Wendt. For the bachelor's degree in finance, joining us will be Professor Weishun Wang, chair of the department. Colton C. Kale. Alexandra Michelle Salerno. Anthony Robert Vinage. For the bachelor's degree in hospitality and tourism management, joining us will be Professor Wayne Smith, chair of the department. Clayton Edwards Franzoni. Jacqueline Rosine Noto. For the bachelor's degree in marketing, joining us will be Professor Renee Mueller, representing the department. Stevie Ann Bartow. Annabelle Jordan Johnson. Zachary Benjamin Schuler. For the bachelor's degree in supply chain management, joining us will be Professor Gioconda Quesada, chair of the department. Charles Crawford II, cum laude. Diana Radomiselski. Assisting with the graduates from the School of Education, Health, and Human Performance will be Dean Francis Welch. For the bachelor's degree in elementary education, joining us will be Professor Ann Gutschall, chair of the department. Raven Bree Newberry. Syra Faison Valente. For the bachelor's degree in exercise science, joining us will be Professor Wes Dudgeon, chair of the department. Brandon Clement. Lyric C. Crow. Ashley Lee Dangerfield, magna cum laude. Stephen Michael Holcomb. Jalea Danielle Lusain. Tierra Nicole Leggett. Chelsea Janae Moser, cum laude. Jonathan Christopher Ship. Donna Urbano. William Robert Wirt, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in middle grades education, rejoining us will be Professor Ann Gutschall, chair of the department. Zane Alden Leike. Lindsay Ann Allen. For the bachelor's degree in public health, rejoining us will be Professor Wes Dudgeon, chair of the department. Hannah A. Brookshire. Kristen Joyce Browder. Zoe Catherine Kelly, magna cum laude. Jared Alexander Konikoff, cum laude. Rex Howard Leonard. Molly Gale Long, cum laude. Kenya Katis Nesbitt. Brandon Harris Samarel. Tiffany Shantae Singleton. Tyrone Markey Smith. Madison Grace Turner. Sierra Diana Votapka. Catherine Lee Zink Yakubovitz. For the bachelor's degree in secondary education cognate, rejoining us will be Professor Ann Gutschall, chair of the department. Nicole Marie Putnam also meets the requirements for chemistry. Brandon Michael Russell. Assisting with graduates from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences will be Dean Gerald Hale. For the bachelor's degree in anthropology, joining us will be Professor Tracy Burkett, chair of the department. Stacy Ann Hyatt. Melissa Caitlin McConnell, cum laude. Gabrielle Lewis Melrod. Carolyn Heidzik Moore. For the bachelor's degree in communication, joining us will be Professor Jennifer Kaufman, chair of the department. Dawson Walter Acorn. Sarah Rowe Hurt. Brianna Fields Jackson. Kara Ashley Stonecipher. Reed Woodbridge White. For the bachelor's degree in English, joining us will be Professor Myra Seaman, chair of the department. Ashley Nicole Collins, magna cum laude. Michael Anthony Halls, cum laude. Reed Catherine Pinale. Ainsley Stoller. Jade Tyson. For the bachelor's degree in history, joining us will be Professor Phyllis Justice, Chair of the Department. Mary Elizabeth Daly, magna cum laude. John Delbert Floyd II. Thomas Caleb Holden. Alexander Benjamin Mirages. Robert Allen Morey Jr. Ann Miller Pennebaker, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Shannon Waite. For the bachelor's degree in philosophy, joining us will be Professor Larry Krasnoff, Chair of the Department. William Jackson Adams. Matthew Brent Kutula. Anne McGuigan, summa cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in political science, joining us will be Professor Claire Curtis, Chair of the Department. Stephen Anthony Clay. Alexandra Nicole Comagis, cum laude. Ian William Ulrich Cousins. Edis Wilton Freeman III. Jordan McFarland Malloy. Chelsea Mindell. Kaylee Morgan Roberts, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Tasia, cum laude. Williams, cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in psychology, joining us will be Professor Dan Greenberg, Chair of the Department. Jordan Brock, cum laude. Spencer Kane. Allison Foltz. Miranda K. Gaddy. Lindsay Hall. Anna Louise High. Taylor Joyce. Claire Everett Kelly. Sophia Maria Eleanor Mandel. Diana J. Martin. Savannah Lynn Morgan. Annie Stedman. Brianna Nicole Unger. Brittany Van Ort. Victoria Martin Webster. For the bachelor's degree in sociology, rejoining us will be Professor Tracy Burkett, Chair of the Department. Hannah Lee Jones. Anita Flippin Mashik. Cassidy Marie Silliman. For the bachelor's degree in urban studies, joining us will be Professor Melinda Lucka Kelly, Director of the program. David Cade Kresnicki. For the bachelor's degree in women and gender studies, joining us will be Professor Chris DeWeld, Director of the program. Mary Catherine Cockerham, magna cum laude, also meets the requirements for history. Assisting with the graduates from the School of Languages, Cultures, and World Affairs will be Dean Timothy Johnson. For the bachelor's degree in classics, joining us will be Professor James Newhard, Chair of the Department. Jonathan Graham, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in French and Francophone Studies, joining us will be Professor Sean Morrison, representing the department. Eleanor Victor Warren, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in International Studies, joining us will be Professor Malt Pale, Director of the program. Tanya Jean Matthews. Abigail Elizabeth Seidel. Assisting with the graduates from the School of Sciences and Mathematics will be Dean Sebastian Van Delden. For the bachelor's degree in biology, joining us will be Professor Seth Pritchard, Chair of the department. Cody J. Cariello. Leila Chagini. Megan K. Edwards also meets the requirements for secondary education cognate. Rhonda Janora Hacker. Nicholas Andrew Horn. Matthew Wright Jordan. Lacey Marie Key, cum laude. Justin M. Lal. Joshua Dalton Mousseau. James Harvard Parker. Jennifer R. Pell. Taylor Presley Poston. Joanna L. Radu. Claudia Berry Sams. James Anderson Spencer. Alejandra Tamayo. For the bachelor's degree in computer information systems, joining us will be Professor Bill Menares, chair of the department. Stephanie Allen. Candace Michelle Ambergy. Matthew Hannock. Michael Lindsay Preddy. Eric Bernard Young II. For the bachelor's degree in computer science, Matthew Palmer Key. Sarah Ryan Nicholson, cum laude. Joseph Spencer. Christopher Scott Stolarski. For the bachelor's degree in computing in the arts, John Oshadno Bello Oguno Jr. Alexander Smith. Zachary Scott Smith. For the bachelor's degree in data science, Gary Matthew Webb. For the bachelor's degree in geology, joining us will be Professor Timothy Callahan, chair of the department. Alexandra Elizabeth Dawson. Sullivan B. Ford. Robert Joseph Kozak III. Deanna Crystal Sanishar. For the bachelor's degree in marine biology, rejoining us will be Professor Seth Pritchard, chair of the department. Catherine Hannah A. Makanoa Okolani. Gleason. For the bachelor's degree in physics, joining us will be Professor Narayanan Kutharumal, chair of the department. Gunther Martin.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science as earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated. Graduates, as you know, you didn't do this alone. Your degree is not an individual effort. I would like to recognize your mentors, the faculty members who led you in lectures, in group discussions, and laboratory work. Please join me in thanking your professors for their expert teaching and their dedication to your education, both inside and outside the classroom. Now, as alumni of the College of Charleston, you join an amazing circle of men and women, including our commencement speaker you heard today, who are dedicated to making a difference and being a success. You will meet and unite with many alumni throughout your life's travels. They will welcome you and encourage you now and forever. And so in your beginning moments as graduates of this great institution, let those alumni here today give you that first of so many encounters. Will all of the College of Charleston alumni on stage and in the audience please stand and welcome our fellow alumni, the class of 2018. Thank you. Graduates, I send you forth with best wishes as you begin the adventures that lie ahead, and we, the college community, look forward to welcoming you back to this campus on future visits. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in congratulating the class of 2018. I encourage everyone to stand for the alma mater, led by Harper Mobley. The words can be found on the back of your cover program. Thank you, Harper. At the conclusion of the ceremony, everyone is invited to attend the reception on the concourse here in TD Arena, honoring the class of 2018 and their guests. I do have one announcement to make. A couple of lost items have been found. If you have lost something fairly valuable, please come to room 209 after the ceremony. Family and friends, please remain in place until the recessional is complete. Graduates, once again, congratulations.